Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Are y'all in here? Okay, cool. Because we're going to take a look at a few things. I have a few questions. One of them is what aspects of your behavior, right, is affecting your romantic relationships? You know, what is it about you that stops or blocks your relationships from growing, right? Let's take a look. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light on what I need to see for my fire signs. Look, wands represent fire, and we have the page of wands. So the fact that you guys, I feel like a lot of times you come in maybe too passionate. Okay, when you meet someone, you might focus more on like the passion, the sexual energy that goes on between you and the person. That could be your main focus. You see how the page here is staring at this wand, which the wands can represent the male genitalia, okay? But even if you're a female, it just shows, if you are a female fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, that one of the things that gets in the way of your romantic relationships is the sex, okay? Maybe you don't, I'm not saying that all of you just jump into the relationship focused on sex. No, I'm not saying that. But somehow the sex gets in the way, you know, and it clouds out everything else, all the other important things that you need to make a relationship grow and be healthy. It winds up just being sexual between you and whoever it is. Tell me more, Spirit, about this. Came reversed, Knight of Cups, but I'll show you in the upright. This is Knight of Cups. Cups represent emotions, okay, guys? Some of you might have water in your chart, but this came reversed, okay? It's just showing that when it comes reversed, you see how this cup is now upside down? One of the blockages for you in relationships, like romantic relationships, is the fact that you guys come in and, like I said, it's more so passion based instead of emotion. So your emotions, you might come into relationships mostly with your emotions turned off, with your heart chakra blocked, like you block people. And I'm not saying that you guys do it on purpose. I'm just letting you guys know this information so that you guys will be able to tweak a few things and make things better for yourself. This is how you show up in your romantic relationships. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously, you come in blocked when it comes to your emotions. So the other person may come in with their cup upright, ready to give, but you come in blocking it. You're unable to give, right, love and affection and an equal give and take when it comes to emotions, all right? And that's part of the issue, okay? So you may need to do some root work or some chakra work to unblock, especially your heart chakra, okay? Because that's stopping you from having like a genuine, solid connection with someone emotionally. And if you're not connected emotionally to a person, of course, what do you have left? You only have this left, the sex, the passion. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times that's what winds up being the case in your relationships. That's what I'm saying. Now, the next question is, what is your biggest fear? What is my fire signs, their biggest fear? Okay, we have the Seven of Cups, which came reversed. Okay. Now, the Seven of Cups is all about illusions, you know, and not being able to see things clearly because you have way too many things going on, too many options, too many tabs open. You know what I mean? Like up here. And so, but this came reversed. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups, Spirit. I feel like in a lot of cases, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, some of you could have Earth in your chart. You could have Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But I just feel like one of your biggest fears is losing your abundance. So, for example, you could have a job where you make good money, which it looks like a lot of you do. You make a nice coin, and your biggest fear is losing all of that, losing that, and being in lack. Okay, because the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're a female or a male, you're someone who does well for yourself. So one of your major fears in life is to lose it all and be like squandering for money, to be homeless, to be hungry, to be, you understand, in a lack mindset, not have enough to get by. You know, that's when having to pay Peter to, you know, rob Peter to pay Paul, that kind of thing. That's one of your worst fears, that you won't be able to survive and make it on your own. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who, this is the energy of being very independent, which a lot of you are. You're able to stand on your own. But I feel like a lot of you too, I just heard that you have a fear of having to ask people for help. You know, you'd like to be able to hold your own self down and take care of your own house and home. So that's another fear that you have. Let's take a look at what you need to be focusing on during this new moon. What the Spirit, the Divine, wants you to focus on during this new moon, which is going to be on Monday. All right, so we have the Four of Cups, which came reversed. I'll show you in the upright. So what you need to be focused on is really coming out of, because I see a lot of you are in this mind frame of like, I don't want it. You don't want certain offers that are being made, whether it comes to romantic relationships, work-related situations, things that are being offered to you, or, you know, as options. You're not interested in them. In fact, you're kind of like bored with the options that you have. And I feel like during this new moon, Spirit wants you to focus on not being so picky. You know, because I feel like a lot of you are overly picky to the point where you're letting some of these options go by, but some of them are actually good ones that you need to be snatching up. Tell me more about this Four of Cups, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, okay, which came reversed. All right. This talks about you being in your head. So a lot of you recently have been in your mind, not able to make a decision on whether to make a move or don't make a move. There's something going on with you in your life where you have to choose, and you haven't been doing it. You haven't been picking a side on this thing. And this is a card of being in a stalemate, not making a move whatsoever, just staying still, okay? And I feel like during this new moon, since it came reversed, they want you to come out of that energy and really make a decision and stand on it. 10 toes. 10 toes. Don't look back. You have to decide what you're going to do here. Whether it comes to a relationship or a job or money situation, whatever it may be, a friendship, family situation, whatever this thing is, you have to pick a side. And they want you to do that during this new moon. What's one of my fire signs' biggest strengths? What's one of their biggest strengths? Oh, the fact that you're able to walk away from people. With this Eight of Cups, you don't mind taking a walk. If you see something that's not fulfilling you anymore, you will leave that thing, that situation, that scenery, that person. You will get your bag, throw it on your back, and take a walk and turn your back on it with no problem. So the fact that you don't stay longer, you usually don't stay longer than you need to. You don't overstay your welcome in situations. That's one of your biggest strengths, that you're able to honor your emotions, honor yourself, and walk away when you need to. Tell me more, Spirit, about the Eight of Cups. Look, Seven of Swords. You're someone, too, that if you see that someone is trying to get over on you, right, you check them. You check them with no problem right away. And you'll take these swords and slice them down if you have to. With no issue. All right? None whatsoever. What's one of your weaknesses? Because you party too much. You party too much, and you have a tendency to be a little loosey-goosey. Okay, even if you're in a relationship,